How's it going, everyone? With the PlayStation Plus titles for the month of May rotating in, that being Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Humanity, and so much more, some unfortunate news does come your way in June as games will be rotating out. This is the regularity with a subscription service, much like Game Pass. We'll talk all about that. We have a bit of an update on the ongoings over at Ubisoft as far as the Assassin's Creed franchise expanding and the games that they are projecting to be released in fiscal year 23. We'll talk all about that, and a horror game is going to be getting an upgraded release on PlayStation 5. We'll talk that at the end of this video. First of all, some games will be rotating out of PlayStation Plus Extra in the month of June. This includes Descenders, Party Hard, 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, Ash of God's Redemption, Black Mirror, Witchwood on both PS4 and PS5, John Wick's Hex, Kiwi, No Straight Roads, which that's a pretty cool music rhythm game. That is the Encore Edition. That will be rotating out of the service. Defense Grid 2, Lone Wolf, Agents of Mayhem, which is done by the Saints Row development studio in Volition, Gods Will Fall, Red Faction, which is a PlayStation Plus Premium title, Red Faction 2, which is also a PlayStation Plus Premium title, and then Redeemed. So all of those games will be leaving PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium in June. We don't have a specified date as far as when these games will be leaving. Bummer of news, as always. Remember, outside of the first-party games, and even with the first-party games, as we've seen, Sony can pull those games whenever they want, as well, with what we've seen, what they have done with Spider-Man to make way for Spider-Man Remastered to be released as a standalone product for $50, but third-party games are always brought into PlayStation Plus Extra via a licensing agreement. When that agreement does expire, they come back to the table. Do you want to renew the agreement for probably an elevated rate or something of that likelihood, or they could just part ways, the game leaves the service, and obviously the game will be available to purchase on the PlayStation Store, but it will not be available on PlayStation Plus Extra, and it is still readily mistaken that this is like regular PlayStation Plus. No, this is a rotating library of games. There is no redeeming involved. You ain't redeeming no games and adding them to your library. That's not how it works. Once these games leave, I don't care if you have it downloaded, I don't care if you've played it in the past, I don't care if you think you've redeemed these games, they are gone from your PlayStation library, and if you want to re-access the games, you do have to buy them, or you have to wait for them to be offered on PlayStation Plus Essential, or be rotated back into the service. That has happened in the past where a game has left the service and then ultimately come back sometime in the future. So there you go with that. Jump on all these games. As far as games leaving the service, this is a quieter month in terms of major releases leaving. Like, I'd give Agents of Mayhem a shot. I think it's some wacky fun. Red Faction 1 and 2, throwbacks from the PS2 era there, so you can check those out as well. I've heard good things about Witchwood as well, John Wick's Hex, that's available, and again, No Straight Roads, definitely one that I would recommend, but the reality of PlayStation Plus, something that you are going to have to deal with when it comes to subscription services, so, you know, you get a little bit of a heads up, and if you do want to check out these games, make sure to do so before they do leave the service in the month of June. Alright, moving on from that, big updates from Ubisoft, as noted by Stefan Totilo over on Twitter News. Ubisoft says it will increase the number of developers on the Assassin's Creed franchise by 40% to fuel its ambitious expansion, but company headcount is down from 20,700 in September to below 20,000 thanks to office closures, layoffs, and tight controls on recruitment. As far as the projected release window for Ubisoft for the rest of the fiscal year, company says it'll release Assassin's Creed Mirage, which we've heard has been internally delayed, originally scheduled for an August release, and now it looks like it'll be coming sometime in October. Rainbow Six Mobile, Division Resurgence, which is also a mobile game, Skull and Bones, The Crew Motorfest, and X-Defiant, which is a games as a service title, and then on top of that, they do note another large game, but if we are putting, you know, Rainbow Six Mobile and Division Resurgence as large games, who knows what that large game can be. Highly doubt it's one of those Assassin's Creed games that people are actually really excited about in Red and Hex, but we'll see how it ultimately turns out. Like, Mirage looks alright. It does seem to be a smaller scale Assassin's Creed title, more of a, I guess you could call it a standalone expansion, but nevertheless, that hopefully will be out this year. And the Crew Motorfest is the latest entry in the Crew franchise, and it will be a cross-generation release on both PS5 and PS4. So, I mean, Ubisoft, let's be real, has not been everybody's favorite publisher these days. Sometimes they'll put out a game that people do enjoy, like a lot of people dug Immortals Phoenix Rising, AC Valhalla, mixed bag. I know a lot of people loved Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've just been kind of down on Assassin's Creed as a whole since the, stylistic shift with the games, and, I'm kind of a broken record at this point on my opinions of Assassin's Creed. A lot of people like it, and obviously from a Ubisoft standpoint, those experiences have become incredibly monetizable for them, not only with egregious microtransactions, but also you're doing a lot of expansions and you're keeping players invested into those experiences for a long period of time, and people are into that. I know people that have sunk in well over 100 hours into games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so if you're looking for those experiences that you're going to be invested into for a long time, those Assassin's Creed games are going to be right up your alley. What is the state of Beyond Good and Evil 2? I don't think we're ever going to find out, at least no time in the near future. And Skull and Bones is another one of those games that I'm just like, man, that game does not seem to be shaping up well, but ultimately we'll see how all of that turns out. Lastly, I do want to note, Layers of Fear launches June 15th. Now, Layers of Fear is a brand new release, and it is an upgraded release. Developers Bloober Team and Anshar Studio have announced this is a brand new iteration of Layers of Fear in Unreal Engine 5, noting we are thrilled to announce the release date for Layers of Fear and to bring this definitive horror experience to players on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC on June the 15th. With the power of Unreal Engine 5, we've been able to create a game that visually surpasses our previous works, delivering an unforgettable journey into the minds of tormented artists. We are excited for both new and returning players to jump in. It stands as one of the pioneers in utilizing the highly anticipated Unreal Engine 5, harnessing the power of its cutting-edge technology. The game supports ray tracing, HDR, and 4K resolution, resulting in heightened visual accuracy, stunning in-game reflections, and overall immersive graphical fidelity. Furthermore, Layers of Fear utilizes Lumen Global Illumination to achieve eye-catching dynamic lighting, Niagara visual effects to create particle effects in real time, and action system controls to improve the development process and optimization of all gameplay mechanics. The upcoming Horror Chronicle aims to push the boundaries of visual storytelling in the psychological horror genre. It notes to be the ultimate Layers of Fear experience. The series' crowning work casts an overarching narrative over the entire franchise. Horror reimagined, it melts together into a single experience, including all downloadable content so players can find all the answers they seek. Shocking new looks enhanced with Unreal Engine 5's improved technology. Again, you've got ray tracing, HDR, and 4K, a psychological horror game, a grim but gripping first-person psychedelic horror game focused on tense exploration, puzzle-solving, and immersive storytelling. Discover what lies in the depths of the human psyche with this mature, cathartic game. New tricks, new brand new core mechanics will be introduced to Layers of Fear and its sequel, horror through the many lenses of art, and classical, ominous soundtrack as well. Hauntingly beautiful soundtrack composed by the highly acclaimed musician Eric Rakowski. He has composed a hypnotic score that adds an extra layer of tension to the game that will leave you on the edge of your seat. If you're a fan of horror games with, pretty good visuals, that's the idea of this revamp in Unreal Engine 5. It will be dropping on PlayStation 5 on June 15th. If you do have a PC, there is a demo available on Steam, but you'll have to have a decent PC to play that, especially if you want to max it out. But that'll do it for me. Again, games will be leaving PlayStation Plus in June. Some notable titles, but definitely a lesser rotating out lineup of games. Red Faction 1 and 2, Agents of Mayhem. Some games that you probably want to check out. No Straight Roads for sure. Ubisoft expanding their Assassin's Creed department. They are looking to release AC Mirage, Avatar, Rainbow Six Mobile, Division Resurgence, Skull and Bones, and the Crew Motorfest, and X-Defiant, and another large game by the end of March 24. We'll see if they hit all of that. And Layers of Fear, the upgraded Unreal Engine 5 release, will be dropping on June 15th. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.